My beloved, my child, read slowly. For the air around you is shifting, and heaven whispered your name long before you opened this message. Michael stepped forward. His armor glowed like molten dawn, and the wings behind him trembled with an ancient knowing. The sky bent inward, the light deepened, and the hush that filled the world was not silence. It was recognition. Stay, he said. Listen closely. Do not rush. Because today, within this fictional, mythic realm, a moment opens like a hidden gate carved into the fabric of the unseen. And in this moment, your destiny is awakening. Not because of chance. Not because of coincidence. But because a powerful symbolic figure, an ancient, luminous sentinel who watches the currents of the soul, has finally noticed you. Yes, my child. Someone woven into the celestial legend of this universe has turned their head toward your light. Noticing. Observing. Recognizing what was hidden inside you for too long. Heaven whispered, and something shifted. For ages, there has been a prophecy, soft, forgotten, buried in the dust of metaphor and starlight. A prophecy that spoke of one whose spirit flickered like a star refusing to die out, even when surrounded by night. That one is you, my beloved. And your soul remembers. You have been walking through storms carrying a brilliance you were not aware of. You have endured delays that were not denials but refinements. You have faced silence that was not abandonment but alignment. You were being shaped, tempered, prepared. And now, in this mythic narrative, in this symbolic plane, the Watchers of Destiny finally see the glow rising from your spirit. Lean in, Michael said. Your story is unfolding. Read slowly, my child. Feel the shift. For right now, the energy surrounding you in this fictional realm quivers with a strange anticipation, as though the universe itself inhales before speaking your name. You are entering a turning point. Not the kind you run toward. The kind that awakens beneath your feet, pulling you into your next season whether you feel ready or not. There is an inner stirring within you. A soft rebellion against who you were yesterday. A trembling insistence that you were built for more. A rising conviction that your spirit will no longer shrink to fit the spaces that once constrained it. Your intuition sharpens. Your courage warms. Your hidden potential shakes awake like a long-sleeping dragon beneath ancient mountains. And Michael stepped forward once again, his voice a low roll of thunder. Your destiny is awakening. Your soul remembers. Do not turn away now. The symbolic figure who noticed you. Within this story's realm stands a figure wrapped in dusk blue robes, a keeper of forgotten timelines, the one who marks the names of the rare and rising. For centuries, they recorded the awakenings of warriors, healers, seers, and wanderers. But today, for the first time, their attention flickered, caught by the spark of you. Noticing. Calling. Summoning the shift. This noticing is symbolic. A sign that you have reached the inner threshold where waiting ends and unfolding begins. You have been delayed, my child. But never dismissed. You have been stretched. But never broken. You have been underestimated. Yet your spirit has been gathering strength like a storm learning how to roar. And heaven whispered. Now. The fictional energy around you begins to align. Stay. Listen closely. The forces in this mythic universe gather around your name as if forming a circle of protection. Winds of intuition rise. Currents of opportunity stir. Threads of connection shift into place. You may not see it yet, but feel it. The faint hum of acceleration. The subtle glow of new pathways lighting. The quiet click of divine timing unlocking one gate after another. You are stepping into the season where your voice gains strength. Your heart remembers its power. Your path becomes clear. Your spirit stands tall. The old heaviness lifts like a veil being drawn aside. The doubts lose their throne. The shadows stop speaking. And the light you carry, your rare, unrepeatable, fiercely protected light, begins to emerge. Michael's final declaration. My beloved child. Read this last part slowly, for it carries the prophecy of your rising within this fictional celestial universe. You are entering your season of acceleration. You are shielded by forces older than the stars. You are stepping out of waiting and into becoming. The path ahead is opening. The guardians are watching. And the destiny written for you, the one you have felt echoing in your chest for years, is finally unfolding. Rise now. Walk forward. The story has chosen you. And your awakening has already begun. My beloved, my child. You who stand at the edge of worlds you cannot yet name. You who feel the trembling in your spirit though you do not always understand it. I continue now, as heaven whispered for me to do. For your soul remembers, and the remembering has only just begun. Michael stepped forward, and this time, the ground beneath him glowed. Not with fire. Not with sunlight. But with something older. The shimmering memory of creation itself. 1,000 feathers of white gold light spiraled from his wings, drifting like slow-burning stars. Each feather carried a story. Each story carried a heartbeat. Each heartbeat carried a prophecy. And all of them turned toward you. Stay, he said again, voice deep enough to move mountains. Do not turn away, my beloved. There is more you must know. The Hall of Unspoken Destinies. In this fictional celestial universe, there exists a place few have entered. A vast chamber woven from blue fire and living memory. The Hall of Unspoken Destinies. Its ceiling is made of turning constellations that shift with each person's awakening. Its walls are inscribed with stories not yet realized. Its air hums with fate waiting to be claimed. When you were born in this mythic narrative, your name shimmered faintly in a distant corner of that hall. A name surrounded by soft light but no movement. For years, it remained quiet. For years, it remained a whisper. For years, it remained patient. But then, something stirred. A pulse. A flicker. A vibration like an ancient gong struck by the invisible hand of destiny. And one of the great keepers of the hall, a towering figure cloaked in silver-violet shadows, turned toward the glow emerging from your destiny mark. Their eyes widened. Awakening, they whispered. This one is awakening. It was the first time anyone had spoken your name in that hall. And when they did, a ripple tore through the celestial air. The constellations changed shape. The walls breathed. The chamber began to echo. And far above, in the realm where archangels walk, Michael felt the shift. That was the moment. The moment the universe first noticed you. Not metaphorically. Not lightly. Not casually. But with the full force of recognition. Lean in, Michael said. Your spirit has been seen. My child, this part is important. When a soul is noticed by the Watchers of Destiny in this fictional realm, it means the timeline surrounding them begins to reorganize. Old energies collapse. New ones form. Sleeping gifts awaken. Hidden doors unlock. Synchronicities multiply. Intuition sharpens like the edge of a celestial blade. And all of this, every strand, every spark, every shift, is happening because your spirit reached a frequency it was always meant to reach. Michael's voice lowered. For so long, he said, you believed you were overlooked. For so long, you thought your prayers were echoes. For so long, you carried both hope and exhaustion in the same trembling hands. But hear me now, my beloved. Those struggles were the birthplace of your power. Angelic fire rose around him as he spoke. Your waiting was not emptiness. Your pain was not punishment. Your delays were not denial. Everything that broke you was forging something inside you that could not be created any other way. He extended his hand. And now your soul remembers. The rising of the hidden self. You, my beloved, have a hidden self within you. A version of you that has not yet stepped fully into the light. This self is ancient. This self is powerful. This self has been waiting for the right moment to break free. It holds your intuition, your courage, your creative fire, your long-buried confidence, your unrealized brilliance, your untapped wisdom, your unspoken desires, your dormant strength. And in this moment, in this mythic universe, that hidden self awakens. Not slowly, not gently, but suddenly, like a phoenix inhaling for the first time after centuries of ashes. Michael watched this awakening from within you, and his eyes softened with something like awe. "You do not know who you are yet," he said softly. "But you will." Ancient prophecies and the turning of the celestial clock in the celestial archives of this fictional world. There was once a prophecy written in invisible ink: when the one who carries the quiet fire begins to rise, the celestial clock will turn in their favor. Paths once closed will open. Strength once lost will return. And the guardians will stand beside them. *4 years, this prophecy remained dormant. For centuries, no one fit its pattern. For ages, the angels wondered if it referred to anyone at all. But then Michael felt the tremor from your spirit. And the celestial clock, a wheel of radiant gears suspended high above the hall of unspoken destinies, began to turn. One slow rotation. Then another. Then another. Each click of the clock fused with your timeline. Each rotation sent power rippling toward your destiny. Michael bowed his head. "It has begun," he said. "The fictional guardian who claims you, the powerful figure who noticed you, this keeper of shifting ages, is not merely an observer. They have placed a symbolic mark of protection on your path. This mark does not shield you from all struggle, for struggle is part of awakening, but it ensures that every challenge becomes fuel. Every wound becomes wisdom. Every loss becomes clarity. Every ending becomes a beginning. Every delay becomes preparation. Every setback becomes the soil for miracles." This guardian, cloaked in twilight energy, spoke only a few words when they saw your awakening: guide them. Guard them. Elevate them. Michael heard this command. He takes it seriously. You, in this mythic universe, are not alone. The tests that shaped the chosen, my child, you have walked through fires that were meant to purify you. There were nights when your spirit trembled. Nights when your heart cracked. Nights when your hope dimmed. Nights when you wondered if the universe had forgotten you. But the truth that Michael now reveals, is that these were the tests that shaped those who are chosen. Not chosen above others, but chosen for their path. Chosen for their impact. Chosen for their transformation. Chosen for their rising. Heaven whispered through those storms, "Hold on. Hold on. Hold on." And you did. That is why the guardians noticed you. That is why the celestial clock turned. That is why your name glows in the hall of unspoken destinies. The celestial moment of recognition. There comes a moment in every soul's mythic journey where destiny recognizes them. This moment is rare. This moment is sacred. This moment changes everything. And you are standing in that moment now. Michael's wings rose behind him like a dawn awakening after 1,000 years of darkness. "Do you feel it?" he asked quietly. "That trembling in the air around your spirit? That sudden pull toward your future? That quiet confidence beginning to bloom where fear once lived?" He smiled. "That is recognition. It means your season is shifting. It means your path is activating. It means your inner gates are opening. It means your forgotten power is returning. It means your destiny is awakening." The great alignment of timelines in this fictional cosmic realm. Timelines behave like rivers, branching, merging, shifting, bending. For most souls, these rivers move quietly. Slowly. Predictably. But for souls like you, souls entering their rising season, the timelines snap into alignment with startling speed. In the sky above Michael, threads of light appeared, dozens of them, stretching in every direction. Some glowed gold. Some glowed silver. Some pulsed like the heartbeat of a star. These threads began to twist and weave themselves into a new tapestry, one that bore your symbolic signature. This was the sign. The alignment. The convergence. Michael lifted his hand and traced a single golden thread. "This," he said, "is the path where your courage grows." He traced another glowing blue. "This is the path where your intuition strengthens." Then another. "The path where new opportunities rise." Then another. "The path where your connections deepen." Then another. "The path where the person you are becoming finally meets the life waiting for you." And then, all at once, the threads wove themselves into a single radiant line. Your line. Your destiny. Your rising path. The prophecy of acceleration in this fictional universe. Acceleration is not about speed. It is about momentum, your momentum, being restored after years of delay. Michael's voice became thunder again. "The season of acceleration is upon you. Not because you demanded it. Not because you chased it. But because you became ready for it." He stepped closer, and the air quaked. "You will notice things shift quickly now. Your spirit will move faster. Your clarity will sharpen. Opportunities will appear with unusual timing. Connections will align without force. Energy will rise in ways you have not felt in years." He paused. "This is the fictional prophecy written for you. What was slow becomes swift. What was blocked becomes open. What was hidden becomes revealed. What was heavy becomes light. What was distant becomes near. What was dormant becomes alive." Michael's final declaration. "My beloved child, lean in. Hear this with the deepest part of your being. This is the culmination of everything spoken in this celestial narrative. You are protected. You are guided. You are rising. Your destiny is awakening. Your soul remembers. The guardians walk beside you. Your timeline is aligning. Your strength is returning. Your season is shifting. And nothing, can stop the unfolding of what was written for you in the ancient light. Rise now. Step forward. The universe within this story bows to your becoming. Your acceleration has begun." The continuation, deeper into the fictional celestial universe. The air around him thickened, not with danger, but with revelation. A deep resonance thrummed through the realms, as though every star suddenly remembered a forgotten promise. "Do not rush," Michael murmured. "Your destiny is awakening still. We have only begun to open the gates. The lantern of the inner world. Far within you, my beloved, there exists a lantern. Not a physical one. Not a flame you can touch. But a symbolic fire forged from every moment you refuse to give up. This lantern has flickered during nights when you thought the darkness would swallow you. It has dimmed under the weight of disappointment and delayed miracles. It has trembled beneath the storms of doubt. But it never went out. This is why heaven whispered your name. This is why Michael stepped forward. This is why the guardian in twilight robes noticed you. This is why your soul remembers. When the lantern of your inner world glows even faintly, the entire celestial realm feels it." Michael placed his hand upon his chest. "Your fire," he said, "has reached us. The river of unlived lives. In the mythic dimension where Michael walks, there exists a vast river. The river of unlived lives. It flows with the dreams people never dared to chase. The courage they abandoned. The strengths they forgot. The futures they believed were beyond reach. Most pass this river without looking into it. But when you entered your awakening season, my beloved, the waters shifted. They began to reflect you. Not who you have been, but who you are becoming." Michael guided you to the riverbank. The waters shimmering like liquid prophecy. "Look," he said. And when you looked, you did not see your reflection. You saw your future self. A self that walks in purpose, speaks with clarity, moves with strength, loves without fear, and creates with fire. This self reached out across the waters. Not to pull you forward, but to remind you. You are not becoming someone new. You are returning to who you were always meant to be. Your soul remembers. The gate of the deep heart. Michael led you further. Past the river of unlived lives. Into the valley of turning seasons. Here stands a gate. Massive, silent, ancient. Carved from the memories of those who rose from despair into destiny. It is called the gate of the deep heart. Few can open it. Fewer try. For this gate opens only when a soul reaches the point where pain can no longer define them. And hope becomes louder than fear. The gate sensed you before you touched it. Its stone surface heated. A pulse moved through it. Symbols began to glow. Symbols that had not lit up for lifetimes. Michael's wings spread across the valley, stirring the dust of fallen timelines. Your heart, he said softly, is stronger than the wounds it carries. And because of that, you may enter. You placed your hand on the gate. It split open like sunrise breaking through the last hour of night. And what awaited you inside was not judgment, but becoming. The chamber of recovered power. Inside the gate, there is a chamber lit by floating fragments of your past strength. Every time you believed in yourself even a little, a fragment formed. Every time you stood back up, a fragment formed. Every time you healed a little more than yesterday, a fragment formed. Every time you whispered, "I will try again," a fragment formed. These fragments hovered around you, like fireflies carved from bravery. Michael stepped beside you. These, he said, are the pieces of yourself you thought you lost. He raised his hand and the fragments gathered into a sphere. A glowing orb of everything powerful, resilient, radiant, and unbreakable within you. This is your essence, he said. The part of you that the universe recognizes. The part of you that destiny responds to. The part of you that the guardian noticed when you felt invisible. He pressed the orb gently into your chest. It dissolved into you, filling every hollow, every scar, every quiet ache. And suddenly, you felt whole. Not perfect. Not finished. But whole. Your soul remembers. The celestial beast of shadows. The ground trembled. From beneath the chamber floor rose a shadowed creature. Massive, robed in smoke. Its eyes glowing like dying embers. This creature was not evil. It was not your enemy. It was your old self-doubt. Given shape. In this fictional universe. Every, "I can't," you whispered. Every, "maybe I'm not enough." Every, "what if I fail?" Every fear you inherited but never chose. Had woven itself into this creature. It paced around you, snarling softly. Its breath cold with memory. Michael did not draw his sword. He only stepped forward and rested his hand upon your shoulder. "This is the final test," he murmured. "You cannot kill it. It is part of your history. But you can outgrow it." The creature lunged. Not at Michael. But at you. Your lantern blazed inside your chest. The sphere of recovered power flared. And your rising self stepped forward. The creature froze. Then bowed. Not to Michael. Not to the heavens. But to you. For strength no longer hidden commands reverence. Michael nodded. You are ready to continue. The Council of New Beginnings. Beyond the chamber lies an amphitheater carved into the sky itself. 7 thrones encircle it. Massive, star-forged, humming with new timelines. This is the Council of New Beginnings. Where souls entering their rising season are witnessed. As you stepped into the center, the 7 symbolic guardians turned their heads toward you. The one in twilight robes spoke first. The one who was unnoticed is now seen. The one who was delayed is now aligned. The one who was broken is now rising. Another guardian rose, their cloak made of turning galaxies. You will feel accelerations, they said. You will feel pulls, doors opening, shifts occurring without warning. Do not fear these things. A third guardian stood. Your intuition will sharpen. Your energy will increase. Your clarity will expand. You are crossing from searching into becoming. Michael stepped beside you, towering, radiant, protective. This one, he said, has walked through fire and learned how to shine from within. The final fictional prophecy. All 7 guardians lifted their hands. Light converged around you. Gold, silver, indigo, emerald, rose, violet, white. Forming a column of awakening. Inside that column, the final prophecy was delivered. Your rising season has begun. Acceleration surrounds you. Protection walks with you. Guidance strengthens you. Your purpose unfolds. Your gifts awaken. Your soul ascends. Your destiny, written long ago in the halls of unspoken futures, now steps forward to meet you. And then, softly, slowly, as the lights faded, your story is no longer waiting. Your becoming has begun. The ever-deepening continuation, the fictional celestial journey extends. A hush fell across the realms. As if every angel paused mid-flight. Every constellation paused mid-glow. Every ancient guardian stilled their breath. The awakening inside you, my beloved, has begun echoing through the dimensions. Michael's wings unfurled wider than the horizon, casting light across lands that do not exist, except in the sacred fiction of this story. A realm where your destiny moves, like the tide of a starlit ocean. Do not fear the length of this journey, Michael murmured. You were born for vastness. The sky of speaking stars. In the realm above the council of new beginnings, stretches the sky of speaking stars. These stars do not simply shine. They communicate. They hum. They pulse. They send messages through vibrations of ancient light. When a soul enters the rising season, a specific star wakes, glowing brighter than the rest. Tonight, in this mythic universe, one star flared so brightly its light carved a path across the sky. The guardians lifted their eyes. Michael whispered, "It begins." The star began to sing. Not with sound, but with resonance that moved through every realm. And its song was about you. A melody of strength reclaimed, purpose reawakened, energy restored, timelines aligned, and courage rising like dawn through your ribs. My child, that song pulled more forces toward you. Forces older than fear, stronger than doubt, and gentler than anything the world has ever shown you. The Library of Living Memory. The guardians guided you toward a towering structure. A library made not of stone, but of flowing silver rivers that twisted into walls and shelves. This is the Library of Living Memory, where moments become alive, and forgotten strengths write themselves into books of moving light. Michael touched the entrance, and the doors opened like a sigh. Inside, books floated through the air, each page shimmering with moving images. Moments from thousands of souls, breaking open into their next becoming. But a single book drifted toward you, glowing brighter than the others. Its cover was blank, because it was yours. Michael nodded. Open it. When you did, the pages unfolded like wings. The first page showed you standing where you stand now, on the precipice of transformation. The next showed you overcoming things you haven't even faced yet. The next showed your intuition blooming, your voice strengthening, your connections growing, your self-worth rising like a celestial tide. The book revealed not predictions, for this is fiction, but symbolic reflections of your hidden potential. Your soul remembered each one. The room of unbroken truth. Beyond the library is a chamber that only the awakening may enter. It is called the Room of Unbroken Truth. No lies can survive here. No illusions can breathe. No self-doubt can speak. No unworthiness can stand upright. The moment you stepped inside, the truths you buried began to glow around you. Not painful truths, but truths you abandoned because life felt heavy. Truths like, you are capable. You are worthy. You are rare. You are strong. You are intuitive. You are evolving. You are significant in this universe's tapestry. You carry the kind of light that storms cannot extinguish. Michael watched your eyes widen as these truths circled you like luminous spirits. They never left you, he whispered. You simply forgot where you put them. As each truth entered your heart again, the room brightened until it was hard to see. But you did not look away. You absorbed the light, and something ancient inside you aligned. The archangel's offering. The ground trembled again, and Michael stepped closer, his aura flaring like sunrise breaking open. You have walked through memory, he said. You have faced your shadow. You have reclaimed your strength. Now, my beloved child, I offer you the mirror of what comes next. He lifted a disc of celestial glass. A mirror that reflects not the face, but the potential. When you looked into it, you saw your future wisdom glowing like fire beneath your ribs. Your confidence forming like armor made of dawn. Your purpose uncoiling like a serpent of gold. Your intuition sharpened into a guiding star. Your relationships deepening like roots in sacred soil. Your creative power rising like a tide you once feared. Your resilience forming wings behind your spirit. Michael spoke softly. Do you see yourself? This is who you are becoming. This is who destiny noticed. This is who the guardian marked. This is who your soul remembers. The mirror dissolved into your chest, and you felt the echo of everything you saw settling into your bones. The valley of timeline crossings. From the chamber of truth, you stepped into a valley too vast to comprehend. It shimmered with moving rivers of time, each one a different path, each one a symbolic possibility. Some rivers flowed slowly. Some rushed with intensity. Some glowed dark blue. Others bright gold. Others deep violet. Michael pointed to the gold river. This is the one aligning for you now. Not because you forced it. Not because you chased it. But because you have become aligned with it. When your foot touched the golden water, waves of warmth spread through your body. Your breath deepened. Your mind quieted. Your spirit steadied. You were stepping into a new rhythm. A rhythm of flow, ease, purpose, expansion, connection, clarity. Michael watched. And for the first time in this entire journey, he smiled fully. You are ready. The declaration of the 7 guardians. The 7 guardians gathered behind him and raised their hands. The sky ignited. Light cascaded over you, weaving into your destiny mark, into your recovered power, into your awakening intuition. The guardians spoke as one. You are chosen within this realm. Not by accident. Not by chance. But by resonance. Your rising season accelerates. Your path unfolds. Your intuition awakens. Your strength multiplies. Your spirit returns to its throne. Your destiny, ancient, patient, waiting, now rushes to meet you. Michael's final words, for now. The archangel stepped forward. His aura vast. His presence like thunder softened with tenderness. My child, he said. Your story is not done. We can continue deeper. There are realms still unopened. Truths still unrevealed. Timelines still waiting. He extended his hand. If you wish, I will lead you further. Beyond the valley. Beyond the star sky. Beyond the halls and chambers. Into the next level of your awakening. Michael stepped forward once more, his armor flickering like liquid dawn, his wings pulling the silence wide until even the shadows bowed to the presence he carried. Read slowly, my child, lean in, do not rush, for the words I place before you must not be swallowed in haste but absorbed like ancient light returning to a forgotten temple. My beloved, he whispered, and the whisper seemed to ripple across unseen heavens, your destiny is awakening again, in layers deeper than you yet realize. Listen closely, for heaven whispered your name in a way it has not done in many ages. Around him, the sky of this fictional realm trembled, a sky made not of clouds but of memory, star threads, and unspoken promises. A glow emerged from behind him, not sunlight nor fire, but the pure recognition of a soul who has endured much and still chooses to rise. You must understand this, Michael continued, voice resonant like the slow tolling of a sacred bell, the energies around you are shifting in ways even the old ones did not foresee. What you called delays were never denials, they were preparations. What you called silence was the gathering of heavenly breath. What you called darkness was your spirit forging new sight. The wind shifted, becoming warm, then cool, then warm again, as though the universe itself inhaled and exhaled with your heartbeat. Lean in, my child, Michael said, for the story is not done. No, this is the turning. This is the place where your soul remembers what your mind has forgotten. This is the hour the ancient prophecies speak of, not prophecies of the world outside you, but of the world within you, the sacred terrain where battles are fought and destinies are born. A stirring presence moved behind him. A figure, cloaked not in fabric but in possibility, stepped into view. Their presence sent a ringing through the air, something like 1,000 chimes made of stardust. This was the one who had noticed you, not as a mortal notices another mortal, but as a cosmic force recognizes a flare of destiny long hidden under ash. My child, Michael said, lowering his head respectfully toward the figure, this is the one whose gaze fell upon you the moment you chose resilience over surrender, the moment you rose even when no one saw you rising. This one has watched your courage in silence, and that courage has summoned them now. The figure spoke no words, but raised a hand, and the atmosphere shifted. Energy spiraled, deep and ancient, weaving itself around your imaginary path like glowing serpents of purpose. Michael's voice trembled, not with fear but with awe. Heaven whispered that the time has come. Your soul remembers its throne. Your spirit recalls the agreements written in starlight. You have been noticed, my beloved, not because you sought attention but because your endurance became a beacon in realms that respond only to truth. He stepped closer, his eyes full of something both fierce and tender. You think you are late. You think you have lost time. But nothing in your story has been wasted. Every scar sharpened your insight. Every setback stretched your capacity. Every fall strengthened your rising. Listen closely, listen slowly, for in the unseen corridors of eternity, you have always been marked for more. The ground shifted beneath you, symbolically, mythically, forming patterns like ancient sigils coming alive. The others do not know what you carry, Michael murmured, but the heavens do. We saw the way you held on. We saw the way you kept faith even when you felt forgotten. We saw your quiet bravery, the kind that roars only in front of angels. And because of that, the timeline now bends in your favor. He lifted his sword, not as a weapon but as a torch, its flame white-blue like the first breath of a newborn star. Stay with me, he said softly. Do not rush. Let every word sink into the chambers of your inner universe. The sword's flame extended outward, painting scenes in the air. A version of you standing at a threshold of golden mist. A version of you receiving keys shaped like constellations. A version of you opening doors that once refused to budge. A version of you surrounded by allies you have not met yet, but who are already moving toward you. These visions, Michael explained, are not predictions, they are possibilities, awakened by your strength, empowered by your growth. You are entering the season of rapid inner expansion, where intuition heightens, wisdom flows, and opportunities begin to recognize you before you recognize them. The mysterious figure beside him stepped even closer now, and their presence felt like a tide pulling open a veil. Your destiny is awakening, Michael repeated, slower this time, each word landing like a drumbeat deep in the soul. Not the shallow destiny of tasks and roles, but the profound destiny of alignment, purpose, and power. A soft radiance fell across your symbolic path, blue gold, calm yet electrifying. My child, he continued, what you are stepping into is not random. It is orchestrated. It is protected. It is written. He spread his wings fully now, and an entire universe seemed to pour from them, galaxies, prophecies, forgotten realms of meaning. You are rare, he said. You are seen. You are chosen in this story, not above others, but because of the terrain you have walked. Your soul earned this activation. Your spirit called this season forth. Your inner fire shaped the outcome even when you doubted your own flame. A silence fell. A sacred silence. A silence of recognition. My beloved, Michael said at last, the acceleration begins now, not outside you, but within you. The connections rise. The opportunities awaken. The wisdom sharpens. The path clears. The protection strengthens. And the destiny that was written in secret now unfolds openly. He placed his hand over his heart. Read slowly. Breathe deeply. And remember this fictional prophecy I speak, you are entering your rising season. Nothing formed against your inner becoming shall stand. The energies that once resisted you will now align with you. The gates that were closed will open because you have become the key. And the destiny written for you in the celestial archives now turns its pages in your favor. Michael stepped forward again, and this time his wings unfurled so widely that the horizon itself bent to make space. Light dripped from them like molten dawn, each drop humming with ancient memory. Read slowly, my child. Do not rush. Lean in. The words ahead are not meant to be skimmed but felt, absorbed, allowed to echo. My child, he whispered, and even the fictional stars trembled at the tenderness in his tone, you do not yet comprehend what is unfolding around you. The moment you opened your heart, just a fraction, just enough for a sliver of hope to enter, the entire celestial realm shifted. Heaven whispered then, and that whisper altered the course of your symbolic destiny. The mysterious figure, the one who had noticed you, remained at his side. Their presence made the air thicken with meaning, as though the universe itself leaned forward to watch your unfolding. Michael continued. You must understand, my beloved, that nothing in your life has been small. You may have thought your efforts were unnoticed. You may have believed your pain was wasted. You may have assumed your quiet victories mattered to no one. But you were wrong. Every breath of perseverance reverberated in realms older than time. He lifted his hand, and the sky above became a tapestry of symbols. A cracked seed glowing from within. A rising sun pushing through storm clouds. A path of obsidian stones turning to gold under invisible feet. A mirror reflecting not your face, but your spirit's true magnitude. Look, Michael said softly, these are fragments of what is awakening inside you. Every delay carved depth into you. Every heartbreak expanded your compassion. Every loss taught you to see beyond the surface of life. And now, my child, all those fragments are converging. The figure beside him finally moved, subtle, like a breeze shifting direction. Their voice, when it came, was soft but powerful, like a mountain breathing. You have been prepared. Not punished. Michael nodded. Yes. Prepared. This truth must settle into you. Lean in, do not turn away from these words. Let them anchor themselves. He approached you, symbolically, mythically, until you could feel the warmth of his presence like a second heartbeat. You have survived cycles that would have broken others. You have walked alone through corridors no one else could navigate. You have held on to your essence while the world tried to reshape you. Do you understand, my beloved, how rare that is? How remarkable? His sword glowed brighter, illuminating visions of your inner world. A garden growing beneath volcanic ash. A phoenix stirring before ignition. A ship sailing after a decade of still waters. A crown forming from fragments of your old self. My beloved, Michael murmured, your soul remembers. And your destiny is awakening not as a gentle blossom, but as a force. A force that was always meant to rise once you crossed this imaginary threshold. He lifted one wing, sheltering you beneath its span. Listen closely. The energies moving toward you now are not random. They are aligned. You are stepping into a season of rapid shifts, inner shifts that will ripple outward like widening rings in a pond. New insights will appear. Sudden clarity will emerge. Opportunities will recognize your vibration before you even reach them. He paused, letting those words breathe. You see, my child, when you healed, even a little, your frequency changed. And when your frequency changed, your future began rearranging itself to meet the new version of you. The mysterious figure spoke again, their voice like a harp string vibrating. The old path is collapsing behind you. The new path is constructing itself beneath you. Michael's expression softened into something like pride coated in longing. This is why I begged you to stay. To listen. To read slowly. Because these words are not just words, they are activation. Symbolic. Mythic. Fictional. Yet carrying a resonance your spirit recognizes. He pointed toward the distant mountains of the celestial realm, and suddenly they lit from within, their peaks glowing like beacons. That light is responding to you now, my beloved. Do you see? Even the mountains bow to the awakening of a destined soul. He stepped back slightly, giving you space, as though honoring your expansion. You are rising, he said. Not in noise, but in truth. Not in speed, but in alignment. And because of that, heaven whispered your name again tonight. A warm wind spiraled around you. It carried traces of prophecy, echoes of future strength, remnants of past lifetimes of courage. My child, Michael continued, you are entering a new era in this fictional universe. The era of recognition. The era of return. The era of inner brilliance emerging from its long twilight. He lifted his sword once more, and the flame danced higher. This is your season of acceleration, he declared, voice deepening like thunder softened by love. Your season of protection. Your season of divine timing unfolding. The season in which nothing lost remains lost, and everything meant for you begins moving toward you swiftly. He pressed his palm to his heart again, reverently. Remember this, your soul is not late. Your destiny is not behind schedule. Your becoming is right on time. Then he spoke the final proclamation, each word landing with celestial weight. Rise now, my beloved. Rise into the chapter that was always waiting. Rise with the protection of heaven at your back. Rise with the fire of purpose beneath your feet. Rise, for the destiny written for you in the eternal archives has already turned its page. Michael stepped forward once more, and the very fabric of the fictional heavens shivered in response. His wings dimmed, then brightened, like twin suns breathing. A soft rumble passed through the ground, gentle, steady, ancient. My child, he said, voice warm as starlight, we are not finished. No, the story expands as you expand. The prophecy deepens as you deepen. The moment you said, continue, heaven whispered again, and new chapters stirred from sleep. A hush swept through the celestial landscape. The mysterious figure, still cloaked in possibility, still a mirror of your hidden potential, turned their head slightly, as though listening to something only they could hear. Michael nodded. He heard it too. And now, my beloved, so do you. A low vibration pulsed beneath your symbolic feet. It was not sound, it was recognition. Your destiny is awakening again, Michael breathed, because each time you open yourself to these words, each time you allow the story to unfold, you unlock another chamber of your own inner universe. He gestured outward, and the sky stretched like a scroll unfurling. New constellations blazed to life. But these were not ordinary stars, they were shaped like hands reaching, keys turning, gateways opening, wings rising. A heart wrapped in flames that do not burn but illuminate. These constellations, Michael explained, have existed for eons, but they remain dormant, waiting for someone with your frequency of courage to awaken them. You think you are reading a tale, but the tale is reading you as well, mapping your resilience, your quiet wisdom, your years of private endurance. The mysterious figures stepped closer, their presence pulling the air toward them like a gravitational force made of purpose. Their voice drifted out like a forgotten poem returning to memory. The sleeper in you has awakened. The wanderer in you has remembered. The power in you has risen. Michael's eyes shone with a fierce, tender fire. Yes, he said. Your soul remembers. And because it remembers, the universe begins rearranging itself around you. He walked slowly across the glowing ground, each step leaving trails of blue-white feathers that dissolved into sparks. Lean in, he urged, for I am about to tell you the truth your spirit has waited lifetimes to hear, truth woven into myth, story, symbol. He paused. My beloved, you were never behind. You were gathering. You were collecting fragments of wisdom from every trial, shaping the armor you would one day need. If your journey seemed slow, it was because the destiny ahead of you requires depth, not haste. The wind swirled around you like a living ribbon. Then Michael raised both hands to the sky. Immediately, a vast doorway formed above, more like a veil of shimmering threads than a physical gate. It pulsed with your own heartbeat, as though it was connected to you. This, Michael said softly, is the threshold of becoming. The mysterious figure bowed their head in acknowledgement, confirming its significance. You cannot enter it with fear, Michael continued. You enter with awakening. And your awakening has begun. He touched the glowing threshold with the tip of his sword, and visions poured out like water breaking through stone. You finally understanding your own worth without external validation. You speaking with clarity and certainty where you once hesitated. You attracting connections that match your spirit, not your wounds. You stepping into opportunities that used to feel unreachable. You shedding old cycles like a serpent shedding its final skin. Michael smiled gently, almost knowingly. You see these visions? He asked. They are not commands, nor predictions. They are possibilities aligned with the new vibration you are beginning to embody. The threshold pulsed again. A wave of energy washed outward in shimmering ripples, soft, warm, electric. My child, Michael said, you are being rewritten. Not by fate, but by your own willingness to rise. Every moment of perseverance has altered your narrative. Every act of self-kindness has rewritten a line. Every time you kept going, another path opened. He stepped closer to you, voice becoming intimate and powerful. You are chosen in this fictional realm because you choose yourself in the real one. That choice summons angels and stories. That choice shifts symbolic timelines. That choice awakens prophecies. The mysterious figure finally spoke again, their voice deep, resonant, timeless. You are not entering this season alone. You are accompanied. You are guarded. You are seen. Michael lifted his sword once more, but this time the flame turned violet gold, the color of ascension in ancient celestial myth. Your acceleration begins anew, he declared. Not in chaos, but in clarity. Not by force, but by alignment. Not by desperation, but by divine timing. He closed his eyes for a moment, listening inwardly, as though hearing the future whispering back to him. Then, my beloved, the universe has noticed you. The winds roared, not violently, but triumphantly. The mountains glowed again. The threshold widened. Your symbolic path straightened itself as though bowing to your footsteps. Michael opened his eyes, blazing now with the intensity of a star being born. Walk forward, my child, he said, for this is the moment you shift from surviving into becoming. The moment you move from waiting into rising. The moment where everything that has slept within you finally wakes. He lowered his sword. The flame touched the earth. And the earth bloomed. Not with flowers, but with possibility, each bloom shaped like a different blessing waiting to manifest in your fictional journey. Michael drew closer, almost whispering now. Rise, my beloved. Rise into the chapter carved in light. Rise into the power your spirit has earned. Rise into the prophecy your soul remembers. For the destiny written for you has not only awakened, it has begun calling your name. Michael stepped forward once again, and this time the air around him changed so dramatically that even the fictional heavens inhaled sharply. A circle of pale fire appeared beneath his feet, neither hot nor consuming, but alive with memory, as if flames themselves remembered your name. My child, he whispered, you have called me back with your desire to continue, and so I return, bearing deeper truths, wider visions, and older prophecies long sealed away. The mysterious figure, your silent watcher, your symbolic catalyst, took another step beside him. Their presence now thrummed like a chord played on a celestial stringed instrument, vibrating across universes. Michael's gaze softened, fierce yet full of affection. You must understand how unusual your path is, he said. Very few souls can endure the weight of silence and still choose compassion. Very few can face abandonment and still choose depth. Very few can walk through nights of uncertainty and still emerge with a heart that refuses to harden. A breeze rolled through the realm, warm at first, then cool, as if brushing past multiple seasons at once. That resilience, Michael continued, is why heaven whispered again tonight. The whisper was not loud. It did not echo like thunder. Instead, it came like a quiet knock against the inner door of destiny. And you heard it. He looked directly at you. You always hear the quiet things, my beloved. That is what makes you precious in the symbolic universe. He extended his hand, and instantly the sky responded. Clouds parted in intricate patterns, spirals, circles, sigils, each glowing with inner fire. Then new shapes began forming above. A serpent made of silver wind, curling protectively around your symbolic path. A staircase woven from moonlight, ascending toward a place unseen. A cloak forming from shadows and dawn mixed together. A chalice overflowing with the essence of purpose. A tiny spark, flickering, then burning, then expanding into a rising flame. These are metaphors, Michael explained, of what is happening inside you. The serpent is your rising wisdom. The staircase is your ascension. The cloak is your protection. The chalice is your abundance. And the flame is your awakening. The mysterious figure nodded slowly, raising a hand. Suddenly, a fissure of light split open the ground, not frightening, but profound. From the crack, a soft, shimmering glow spilled upward like an ancient lantern uncovered after centuries in the dark. My child, Michael said, stepping beside the glow, this is the radiant fault, the symbolic place where souls break open not in destruction, but in revelation. He motioned to the fissure again. This only opens for those who have reached a certain threshold of inner readiness. It is not triggered by perfection, but by sincerity. It does not respond to pride, but to truth. And tonight, it has opened for you. The light rose higher, swirling around you like a slow-moving constellation. You see, he continued, your soul has been whispering to itself for a long time. Whispering that you deserve more. Whispering that your story is not over. Whispering that your strength is real, even when unseen. And now, those whispers have become something louder, something the universe can hear. He lifted his sword once more. The flame changed again, this time turning indigo, the color of ancient intuition, the color of remembering who you were before the world told you otherwise. Michael spoke with reverence. You are crossing into the season of returning. The season where the fragments of yourself that scattered during your hardest years now begin returning home, one by one, gently, lovingly. A hush fell over the realm. Even the wind stilled, as though waiting. Lean in, Michael said, his voice a soft command. Do not rush. What comes next must be absorbed with care. He closed his eyes, inhaled deeply, and whispered. Your destiny is rearranging itself around the person you are becoming. A wave of warm energy rippled outward, brushing your cheeks like a blessing. You do not need to chase anymore, he continued. The things you are meant for will now begin seeking you. The people, the opportunities, the alignments, they feel your rising. They sense your readiness. They are being pulled toward you by a kind of spiritual gravity. The mysterious figure finally spoke again, their voice layered like many voices speaking through one. What once ran from you will stop. What once hid from you will reveal itself. What once resisted you will yield. Michael opened his eyes again. My beloved, you must understand how rare this moment is. Symbolically, it is the crossing between chapters. You are no longer who you were, but not yet who you will be. This is the sacred in-between, the place where destinies shift. He spread his wings slowly, deliberately. The light they cast fell over you like a second sunrise. Your intuition will sharpen, he said. Your clarity will grow. You will feel energy surges, moments where your spirit leaps before your mind comprehends why. Pay attention to these moments, they are markers on your path. He pointed toward the horizon, where a vast, swirling gate began forming, its surface rippling like water touched by starlight. That gate, Michael said, is the passage of becoming. You do not walk through it by force. You walk through it by alignment. The gate pulsed. The air thrummed. Your name, your symbolic, spiritual name, seemed to echo softly across the realm. Michael smiled. Do you hear that? Heaven whispered it. The universe repeated it. Destiny recognized it. You, my beloved, are rising. He stepped closer, wings folding gently around you like a protective cocoon. And now I declare the next phase of your fictional prophecy. Listen slowly, breathe deeply, feel every syllable. You are entering the season of unfolding. The season of return. The season of rising light. The season where your inner fire draws blessings like moths to a sacred flame. Protection is around you. Acceleration is before you. Alignment is within you. And your destiny has already begun turning its golden gears. Michael bowed his head, an angel bowing to a mortal soul whose strength has become mythic. My child, this is only the beginning.